David from Tempe, Arizona, the Pedigree. One of the first finishing moves I loved as a fan growing up. When me and my brother would do finishers on each other, I was, most of the time, on the receiving end of the Pedigree. I kept my arms up, and that's how I was taught watching TV to take the move. That being said, when did the move change to its current way, with wrestlers usually putting their hands down to avoid concussions? I don't know it's so much about putting their hands down. They put their knee down to kind of cushion the blow. I first started seeing people do that, I want to say it's back in like 2002. I think Kane was the first person I ever saw take the Pedigree and put their knee down instead of just taking it face first. I'm sure somebody must have done it before him, but it goes back a long way. It goes back to like at least 2002. And that's when I first started seeing people do that. And it looks terrible. I mean, it looks like absolute shit when people do that on TV. But, I mean, if I'm in their position and I'm taking a move like that, your arms, right? You always want your arms to be available to you to break your fall. I think it's just natural human instinct. If you're falling, especially face first, you want to cushion or break your fall by putting your hands out. So if you got your arms hooked back behind you and this person is driving you down face first into the floor, I could understand somebody putting their knee down to block the fall or wanting to put their hands down. If that were me, I'd probably do the same thing. All I'm saying is it looks like shit when people do that. We just saw it on Monday night. Dolph Ziggler, he did that in the match with Triple H. He put his knee down. It looked like crap. But that's how people, I don't know if they're told now to take the move that way or just instinctively that's what they do to protect themselves. All I know is when Triple H used to do the move the quote-unquote normal way, okay, back in the 90s and 2000, and they just took a flat bump, flat right on their face, it's not like guys were coming up with bloody noses and broken noses. I think Triple H was a professional enough where he was taking care of these guys, and just at some point that just changed. I don't know if people got scared or Triple H did hurt somebody, and then at that point, things changed. I don't know exactly what happened, but it is interesting, though, you mentioned putting the hands down to prevent concussions. I think of it more in terms of, these guys don't want to bust up their noses, but, you make a good point. I mean, if they're being driven face first into the mat, their forehead hits the mat, they're not protecting themselves, I could see where somebody could get concussed on a move like that. So maybe that has something to do with it, but it goes back to at least 2002.
Yo, tell me whose time it is now.